But before we get started, I appreciate you guys coming along. We'll do our best to be entertaining and informative. So each one of these mowers have a lot to offer. The Brush Tiger is nimble and out in front so you can see. It's just extremely flexible. The fact that you can fold it up at a 90-degree angle and reach up real high and cut tree limbs off is a pretty neat, function. There's not many other systems that offer that. This articulating flail mower by Titan Attachments is probably the best mulching mower of any type mower on the market, and it rolls really fast and requires less horsepower. In short, it's the mulching king. But the flail mower can't do this. So this is what brought me to today's video subject. While over at the property, I had the flail mower on one tractor and the Brush Tiger on the other, and I wanted to get, knock some of the big tree limbs back and knock the wood lines back because they just keep growing out further and further into our open pasture. In reality, this video happened quite by accident. I'm going to fess up. It really happened because I don't like doing manual labor. I knocked all these trees down and I had to, basically one choice or the other. I could pick them up by hand or mulch them up. And that's where the idea of using the flail mower to mulch these trees came about. Before we get going too much further, let's talk about the details of these attachments and implements. I define an attachment as something like the loader that's more permanently mounted, and then you can add an implement to the loader. I also define anything that goes on a 3-point hitch as an implement. What's your thoughts on that? The Brush Tiger by Hardee's has a 35-inch cutting width. The fact that it's mounted on the front of the loader allows you to cut ditch banks and limbs all on the same machine. And the fact that it articulates, you can really get down in a ditch or up in a ditch. It's just a very flexible system. The only and maybe the one downside that I can think of is the fact that it does not mulch as good as, say, the flail mower does. That's not to say that it won't mulch, because you can see here that it does. It's just the flail mower does it better. I guess there might be one more downside to it. You guys that own those subcompact tractors, you just can't really use this. You need a lot of mass to keep your center of gravity low when you raise it up high. Hey, I'm not trying to scare you, but if you don't know about tractor center of gravity, ask somebody. It's really important. The articulating flail mower by Titan Attachment is a really unique piece of equipment as well. The fact that you can swing it out from the tractor and then pivot the head up and down gives it some of the same features that the Brush Tiger has. This particular flail mower has hammers. These are hammers, and that allows you to mulch little small limbs and stuff up to 3 inches in diameter. I've already established that it's the king of mulching, but it does have some limitations. The limitations are not really with the mower itself, but your tractor. This particular mower takes dual rear remotes, and most small tractors don't have dual rear remotes. I put on a set of Summit dual rear remote that are controlled electronically. It's going to set you back a penny. Still, it's a good investment because once you have it set up, and it's going to open your tractor up to so many more options. Titan Attachment also offers a flail mower that's non-articulating. It just pulls behind the tractor, and you can get them set up to do the same kind of mulching. As I said early on, we went over to the farm and started knocking back the wood line. And as we were using the Brush Tiger to knock it back, I could really see a lot of brush and stuff falling to the ground, and I was like, man, I gotta pick that up. This brush line just keeps growing out. Even in the 2 years that we've owned the property, I can see that it's came out like at least 6 to 8 feet. So the economy has changed in our world. You used to could hire labor pretty cheap, and then equipment was, expensive. Nowadays, labor is so expensive. We have to buy equipment that multiplies our effectiveness. This equipment is going to pay for itself time and time again. And the other benefit is you don't have to wait for a crew to come out and clean up a certain area. You can put it on your tractor go out and do it pretty fast and not have to wait on anybody else. Not to mention, today those crews are going to be very expensive. I want you to pay attention here to how easy it is for the Brush Tiger to transition from high to low. I'm going to step back for a few seconds and let you guys just listen to this machine work. I'll holler back here in just a second. Add a couple more unique tools and you've got a land clearing business. Back to the video. Everything you see here was growed up about 20 minutes ago. I think these two work together well.